Madhouse for another week of the Soluri.
Another Monday.
No Guts, No Glory Hour. Another Monday. We actually haven't been here the past few Mondays because the inclement New York weather, which
the snow.
we've
been snowed out.
That's right. We've been snowed out. And whether you live in New York or not, everyone knows what the New York weather is because it seems to have made headlines, I think, everywhere because it's really the coldest weather we've had in 2 decades.
And we keep getting it from our friends on Facebook in Florida and California.
Yeah, and Hawaii.
They're in 80 and 70-degree weather and bastards.
Yeah, that's why we're looking to move to Punta Cana. We started looking at houses today.
We're gonna split out of here soon.
Enough of this. No, but anyway, since we've been here last, we've had a Super Bowl. I don't think we've been back since the Super Bowl, right? Maybe one episode. I'm not really sure. But I feel like I've been housebound.
Patriots still won.
Yeah, the Patriots won. Nothing's changed, and that's really old news, I guess.
Yeah, we've been in the house a lot lately.
Yeah.
Right?
So now we're going to focus on hockey because that's all we have left at this point. So it's still a long season.
Well,
the Rangers are.
We can't focus on the Knicks, so.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hockey. Rangers are good. They're in third right now.
Yeah,
and,
they got 3 in a row. The Rangers.
Hopefully they'll make their way up to.
They're on a streak.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
To the Stanley Cup, but that's a ways away, so we have time for that. But otherwise, we want to just really quickly, and it kind of ties into what we're going to be talking about with our guest, but we want to wish our cousin Alex speedy recovery.
Yes.
He just had a kidney transplant.
Love you, Alex.
2 short days
Thinking
ago.
of you. The show's for you, my friend.
Absolutely. Get well quick. You're young and strong, so I'm sure it'll be an easy recovery. Well, not easy, but.
Well, 2 days. He's the first guy to leave after 2 days, 2 full days in the hospital, and he's home, so.
That's great.
He's a tough guy. He's a Soluri. Way to go, buddy.
That's right. So anything you want to talk about before we move on?
No, I'm kind of excited to have talk about our guests and have our guests today.
I know. We have 2 really beautiful looking guests in our studio tonight, but they're also beautiful people, and they have a lot to talk about. They kind of spread themselves thin, right, in many different avenues. But so I'm going to take no time to introduce them right now. We have Ray Nader, who is a talent agent and president and CEO of the Nader Agency. And you're also director of AIA Sports and Entertainment.
Yes.
Right? And then
I thought she said he's an Italian agent. Well, why not, right?
Hey, they call me the Fugazi. I don't know.
And then
Italian.
To your right, we have Melissa Sheehan, who has the beautiful title of Mrs. New York, United States, 2015, which is amazing.
Hey, finally, you know what? I've been watching pageants for so long, and I always look at Miss New York or Mrs. New York. It always comes up and I'm like, really? I'm glad you're representing us. You are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Definitely. Well, welcome to the studio and to the Madhouse tonight.
It is a madhouse.
Yeah, it's definitely mad. But anyway, we welcome you.
Thank you.
We spoke briefly in the green room before, coming on set tonight. And first I want to talk to you, Melissa, because I know there are a lot of misconceptions about pageants. Everybody's got their view on them, what they think of them. A lot of people say they're shallow. I happen to think it's a big world, and there's something for everybody out here. And I don't think they're shallow. I think, there's a reason why women get involved in them. They have bigger dreams, and they have something they want to get out into the world sometimes, right? Like in your case, well, I'm going to let you speak about how you got into the whole pageant thing. And
so one of the things that I really like what you said is pageants have a misconception. It's really what you make of it. You're given a title, and it's what you do with it. So you can take it one way or the other. Mm-hmm. In our case, with being Mrs., we've had experience most of our lives. Either we're moms or we're business women. We've been through family. We were raised by our parents. We went to school. And there's something that we want to do. So when you're a Mrs. in the pageant, it's really about everything into one. Your community work. What are you doing? What are you fundraising? What service are you giving back to your community? Your children, your career, your husband. Mrs. is, of course, about being married. It's for married women. And it's about being able to juggle all those things.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't leave out the husband, all right?
He's number one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, without him, you wouldn't be the Mrs.
That's it.
In that
That's
whole
it.
He makes you a
equation.
Mrs.
So that's a good thing.
And he's put up with all this. So
Right. Well, that's actually, first and foremost, that's one of the things you do need as you leave the ground running, is a husband that's supportive. Because
Yeah.
without that, you can't do it. You just
I
can't do
think
it.
at some point the husband's like, "Oh, you're doing this again? Okay." Yeah, they get it.
Right,
They get
right.
it. It's almost like their thing, what they like to do. But I find it more as a lot of doors have opened since I've been given the title, and I've worked hard for it. And all of a sudden, doors are opening that I've tried to push open for years and couldn't, and now they're opening. And one of them is running my business. It's extremely challenging. I have 50 employees. I run a 24-hour facility, gym, an athletic club.
I think we have a picture. Tommy, can you call up the picture? I can't see the screen, so, but if you could, in the meantime, tell us about it. It's a gym, and there we go. It's called, what's the name of the gym?
It's Bell Plaza Sports Club in Queens.
Okay.
In Bayside, and it's my love, it's my passion. I love training and working out. I've done it my whole life. Everyone that knows me knows that when I was sitting in corporate America at a desk, I belonged training people, because I think that every employee that was in that office used me to either get in better shape, diet, and then I spent my day giving advice
There
on
you
how to
go.
get in shape. So I finally, with the help of my brother and family members, I've been able to run this gym, and it's been a challenge, but it's also the pageant has given me confidence that I can do these things, because I'm surrounded during this time with other great women that have done so many amazing things, and it almost makes you want to be a better person when you're around them.
I always try to surround myself with women too. It always brings out the best in me. It makes me do better things too. So I know how you feel.
Yeah,
I'm going to plead
exactly.
a fifth on that one.
Yeah. And I agree with him. He does, and that's all good.
Yeah.
But it does,
Let me backtrack a second. You said this opens a lot of doors for you, but I could just, by the looks of you, I could see a lot of doors been open for you. I could see the guys going, "Hey, come here." You're a beautiful woman, and you
Yeah,
know what? You're
thank
you.
beautiful inside, you're beautiful outside, and I'm so happy that you represent us.
Thank you. It's scary. It's scary.
Because?
Well, let's talk about the weather. You guys were talking about the weather. So it's, minus 20 degrees outside. I really don't want to get all dressed up.
Exactly.
I really don't. I
And
want
I-
to put my sweatpants on.
And I think any and every woman out there right now can totally identify with that. Like even today, I was off for the holiday from work, and I was lounging around, and I was like, oh, I really don't even, I'm just so comfortable
I didn't
right
want to
now.
take out the dog, and I was bundled up. I was like, oh my
And for a
God.
woman to get dressed up, it's so much more than, no offense, but I mean, it's just the way it is. It's so much more. We bear more skin, so, it's colder, right? I come out of the house sometime with, like, really not hardly anything on,
Right.
but even, like, coats and I hate all
Yeah.
that stuff. But, when you're going out and we're wearing dresses, we have to kind of put all that stuff on to stay warm in this weather. It's crazy. It's crazy, but there's so much involved being a woman and being involved in a pageant.
I
in
keep
that respect.
thinking about the women that I'm going to compete against that live in the warm climates.
Yeah.
They're all getting ready now.
That's easy
And
for
I'm
them,
like,
huh?
I'd rather stay inside and, make
Right.
toast and watch
Exactly.
TV. And I'm thinking, wow, they're all getting ready now. And I'm cuddled up under a blanket. But in a month from now, we'll be talking about the weather being too hot. So.
That's true.
So, and now the pageant's in Las Vegas, Nevada, in July, which it's going to be hot there at that time.
Yeah.
But, you're in fantastic shape. So for you, when you say to get ready, really,
There's a lot involved. There's a lot involved.
it's more the background stuff. It's not necessarily you
Right.
visually, because you have yourself together. I mean, you're in great
Getting
shape.
there.
You're a beautiful woman. It's what you're representing, because I know there's a good cause that is behind you,
Yes.
which I would love for you to tell everybody about.
So I am on the committee of the National Kidney Foundation. I'm very, very tight with them, and I've been doing fundraisers for them based on my son, who was born with a multicystic kidney, and then misdiagnosed at birth that it was worse than it was, and now he's the success story for the Kidney Foundation. He's
that's
the
beautiful.
actual Kids for Kidneys leader.
Is he?
Yes,
And how
yes.
old
His
is he?
name is?
Timothy.
Timothy.
Let's look right
He's
there.
home. Hi, Timothy.
Aw.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Timothy.
Yeah.
And he's only 5.
He's
is that
only
right?
5.
So the poor
He's-
thing, he's been through so much.
He really, I'll tell you something, he really hasn't been through what he could have been through. And he's an athlete, an avid baseball and soccer player, and one day he'll realize how lucky he was. And the Kidney Foundation, really, not to mention that he has like the most amazing blue eyes These
Really?
sparkling blue eyes.
Aw.
He didn't get them from me, so, but he got them from the other side. But he turned out to be a very lucky little boy.
Hey, he didn't get them from me either.
No, no.
Just want to make
I
that
was gonna say, 'cause he has
clear.
really beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah, you do.
Sparkling.
Just want to make that clear. He didn't get them from me either.
Yeah. So what happened was I connected with the Kidney Foundation, and that he is now that other people can look at him and say, "Wow, he's amazing," and this is what we could be. You know, it's not as bad as it could be. And so every year in April we do the kidney walk. I have multiple fundraisers. One's coming up April 11th at Mill Creek Tavern in Bayville, and we
Okay.
have a big party, and we raise money for the Kidney Foundation. I donate most of it to them, and we do a raffle, and we really make a really great day out of it. And he and my daughter Angelica have made they're the leaders of the Kids for Kidneys, so they lead the pack on the
We're
stage.
gonna have to come back and bring them on. And
Yeah, yeah.
we do
Oh,
the
that's so
fundraisers.
amazing.
There's,
You know, it teaches them, I think, at such a young age, it teaches them an important lesson as well.
Yeah.
Kind of a life lesson, but it also puts a face on the disease when you have such young kids there supporting too. I just think it's a shame that your son even has to go through that, but it's also a good thing for them to see and be around people in that organization, because I'm sure do you meet people that have the disease and
Well,
are going through tough times?
it's the statistic in New York State is 1 out of 4 people will have kidney disease.
wow.
Just in New York State.
And what's the age? Like, is it odd for your son at such
No.
a young age to have
No.
that? So
No.
it's in that 1 in every 4, there are a
It's-
lot of children as well?
Yeah, what
Really?
it really is it's a developmental thing at birth. Something with the kidney hasn't developed correctly.
And they detect
And it doesn't
they
affect
detect
him.
us early. They
When I think during
In utero,
pregnancy,
right? Like,
yeah.
in utero, I think,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
But it's not a medical condition that's affecting him. He has no issues. It's something, a developmental issue that happened at birth, and we watch it.
And it could affect him.
It could have.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know, so we watch it, and he's absolutely fine.
Great, that's good
But
to
I
know.
will tell you, the kids that we do see at the kidney functions, I mean, the transplant recipients, very difficult. This other disease that we all focus on in the Kidney Foundation is this polycystic kidney disease, which is a killer. And the problem with polycystic kidneys is that it's genetic. So your father, your mother,
Oh,
the
okay.
kid, the other kid,
Yeah.
the uncle, and it goes down the line. So we know that that's something that we didn't touch. It didn't happen to us.
Okay, that's a
But
good
it's
thing.
really rough to see the whole family come in during the kidney
Wow.
walk and go through that. It's heartbreaking. So I really got very connected with the Kidney Foundation based on, we were the lucky family, and I have all the families, we all know each other, and at every kidney walk, they're like, "You are so lucky, you know, and you're such an inspiration," and watching your son run around, and
Awesome.
we know that this could happen
Yeah,
for us.
it's
Now, did you get a good
inspirational,
turnout at the walk?
Oh, thousands.
Really?
yeah. Yeah, where is the walk? I know
The
there's so
walk
many
is
different
at
walks.
Eisenhower Park,
Oh, great, okay.
and
That's a nice
Sydney
walk.
the kidney comes.
Sydney
yeah,
the
Sydney
kidney.
the kidney comes.
Okay, the little
Hysterical.
mascot, yeah, that's
Yeah.
cute, okay.
And the one thing I really love about the Kidney Foundation is they're very family. We're all tight-knit.
I was going to say, anything, a lot of times when there is a disease, whatever it would be, anybody that volunteers and does a lot of work, it does become like a unit, a family. Everybody comes together, and it's like being one family, because you all kind of can relate, right?
Right.
Everybody can
'Cause
relate
we've
to what
done-
you're
we've
going
done with
through.
breast
and-
ca- We've done with breast cancer.
Yeah, but you
benefits
could just
and all.
relate to everything that the families are going through, whether they're affected by it themselves or their family members. So it's a bonding experience, right?
Well, I really believe that any mother and father that go through any type of issue with their child, it changes your life. It just changed my life, because you really think you're invincible.
Right.
And you're like this iron ox, and every day you go through you go to your job, and you come home with your family and your kids, and they play soccer and baseball, and we run around. At the end of the day, every time I put my head on the pillow at night, I just shake my head like, I am so lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, the what could have been
Yeah.
that isn't. I basically, I talk to myself.
You're blessed, yeah.
Somebody was
Definitely.
watching over me so much that was like, we're going to spare you all the pain of dealing with that, and you need to do something.
Right. Well, we're gonna come back in a minute because we're gonna take a quick commercial break, but we're gonna touch a little more on that. And Ray, you've been sitting here so patiently and quietly, but
Of course.
I know, and you're involved in so many things. So when we come back, we're just gonna talk to you both a little more.
That's
and-
fine. Let's
and
focus
get
on
the
her
deal.
anymore. Let's focus on her. I'm kidding.
We'll be right back.
He knows I talk all the time.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
How does Vicky know? Oh,
How does Vicky know? I
how
don't
does
know.
Vicky know?
We're back. How do you know, Vic?
Oh.
Vic,
We always say what happens off camera during the commercial breaks. We have a lot of
hey,
fun.
what happens in the madhouse
Stays in the madhouse.
Oh, I know.
unless it's live.
Unless it's
So it
live,
goes
yeah.
across the world.
That we've done.
I just want to say a quick hello to the beautiful Angelica, who's actually in the tech room right now, in the engineering room. She's helping Tom Mealy tonight. film
She's running the show right
She's
now.
running the show, and this is her mom, Melissa, tonight. So, Angelica, we want to thank you for doing an awesome job tonight.
Angelica.
So anyway, back to it. We were just talking about the kidney thing, and you were saying you feel blessed, and absolutely, and that old standard saying, life is, each day is a gift. I truly, truly believe that, because no one really knows from one day to the next. That's why you have to live life. You're an active woman. You're involved in so many things, and really, you are admired by so many people in the community for what you do. You're a strong woman, you're a mother, you're a wife. It's not just about, the beauty of a pageant. It's the beauty within what comes out from inward, what you do and what you represent. So people out there that think pageants are merely, little poof, kind of, Vaseline over the teeth and the fake smile and everything. There is more than that. And I guess someone speaks to someone like you who knows more about it, it enlightens them to see that it's not, just what a lot of times people think it is,
There's a lot that goes into
bathing
it, right?
suits, yeah.
There's a lot.
A lot.
It's
I
a
mean,
lot.
everybody you see what you see on TV, but you don't see the months and months of preparation
Yeah.
and all the stuff that you have to go
Now,
through.
there's no talent in that one?
No talent.
Okay.
No talent.
Is there like swimsuit? They do all
So-
that stuff?
Yeah. So
wow.
when I get to, so you know what the
Hey,
interesting,
being a mom is a talent.
it's
Oh, yeah, that's
it
probably
really
the
is.
biggest
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm a soccer
Right,
mother.
Vic?
I'm a soccer mother.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I
Okay.
really have to say, I was a soccer player. Now I'm on the sidelines, and I'm that soccer parent that knows I have to go back and forth to the games, and it consumes my time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I enjoy it. And then when I get to my stuff, it could be 9 o'clock at night, and I'm tired, but I have that extra energy that pushes me. And either you have it or you don't.
Right,
It's
exactly.
something within.
Exactly.
And there is a swimsuit.
There's
I think we have a picture of you in a bikini over here.
you do.
No. I know what you're thinking. I was feeling it too.
I'm like,
You
which
do?
one
Really?
could this be? Did you Photoshop?
We don't. Jesus.
I don't think we need to Photoshop you. I think we
God.
could put the real deal up if we had it.
Wait,
No doubt,
I
yeah.
think we have a
Killing
picture
me.
of me in a bikini.
Actually, we should have done that. That would.
I just had like this heart palpitation.
No, we wouldn't do that to you. We know we always preview, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
We
There-
get prior
there is a
approval first.
swimsuit.
But there is a swimsuit.
It's actually,
Wow.
so when you're in New York and you're with your realm, you're all the same.
Right.
You're competing against, I'm going to compete against every state.
Right.
So, it's a little nerve-wracking when I know I'm going to be up there competing against them. There's an interview where you're in front of a panel of judges. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. And you're sitting in the middle of the room, kind of like, what movie was that where they had the light shine?
Interrogation, right?
Yeah, you're like in an interrogation room.
Okay, yeah.
And where were
And
you on
they're
the night
shooting
of-
questions at you from one judge to the next, and you have, I think, 30 seconds to answer each question.
Really?
Yes.
Now, is each girl asked the same question?
No, it's
Oh,
based
so-
on your bio. So you write a
Oh,
bio,
Okay.
which is interesting because you better write the right bio. You better write the bio about yourself and not
Exactly.
about
And
Lucille
not
Ball.
embellish, and not
Right.
embellish
Yeah.
either.
And not embellish.
You really have to
Sure.
write to the T because they'll ask you all the questions, and you better answer them correct. So and that's 50% of your score.
Oh, wow.
So your interview, your personal interview is 50% of your score.
Wow.
So if you do well in that, and then it's bathing suit and then evening gown. And then it's on-stage question, which is so nerve-wracking. I've been through a lot of those.
Right, but you're not prepared to know they never tell you what the question is.
You have
in
no
advance.
idea.
So I could see how that would be nerve-wracking
It-
because you want to speak eloquently, intelligently, which comes natural for you. It's not like, but still you don't want to be caught up in that moment where you're taken off guard for the split second and it can change the whole way.
Change everything.
Comes out,
You know,
you know what I mean?
the guys scoring at home, the swimsuit's 80% of the.
Yeah, the guys don't care about that. Yeah. But see now, and the misses, there is no age requirement. You just have to be a missus.
Well,
correct?
that's the hard part, is you have to be a Mrs. So if you're a Mrs. at 18,
right.
you can enter.
Oh, so there's
But-
no.
Right.
No.
But I think you have no worries, and I'm really saying that sincerely. I mean, you're in beautiful shape. You're physically fit. You own a gym. That's another thing we're going to talk about in a moment, something you told me in the green room that I liked. But you have the knowledge, because we both said this earlier, and all 4 of us know this. As you get older, I mean, you start to get some wrinkles, but you gain knowledge. No, seriously, I know
I don't
I'm,
know
old,
about
I'm,
getting
old,
them.
I don't
I'm
know
older
about
than you.
gaining knowledge, but I gained a lot of weight.
No, I'm older than you, so
Bring
I
it back
know,
example,
the
you did.
progression
Yeah.
of when you start to age a little bit,
Yeah.
the things that happen. But with that comes what you can't buy in a bottle or anything else. It's life experience. And with that, you just gain confidence, you gain knowledge, and nothing against the younger girls, but I think you have the upper hand.
It's funny,
in
my
a case
husband
like
tells
that.
me, what are you worried about? You're conditioned and seasoned. You're not going in not knowing what to expect. And he's
Right.
right. He's right. It's exciting to be able to go and compete and not know what you're going towards because you don't have anything to be really nervous about.
Right.
You know, you don't know what you're going into. I go there and I'm say to myself every time I compete in one of this type of competitions, I'm just gonna have a fun time. Believe it or not, I ask my husband, I have a whole thing of snacks because you don't eat for the whole week from nerves. The minute I know I didn't win, that case is getting open. I pop open the
What
pretzels.
kind of snacks? What kind of snacks?
Let's see, there's
really indulgent
Corona.
Okay.
That's the first one.
Corona.
Yeah.
I love it.
One year, I didn't
That's
think
great.
I won or I got into the semifinals.
Oh, no, don't tell
and
me you drank some
I was like, all
Corona.
right, let me change my clothes.
Oh, no.
And here I go, pop open the thing, and I'm texting my husband. He's like, I would close that and get back dressed because your name was announced.
Oh, so you don't even know if
I'm
you're...
like, what are you talking about? Right, but I figured I didn't do well. Next thing you know, my hair's in a ponytail. I already have the sweatpants on, and he's like, I think you might want to change because in 5 minutes they're calling you back.
You're
I
6
had the
Coronas
makeup-
in and you're telling, well, I
Oh, my
like to,
God.
I like to thank everybody.
So it's comical.
Right, right.
You know,
Oh,
and
that's
one
so
girl's
cute.
boohooing in the corner because she lost, and here I am opening it up and saying, look, I did my best. And
Look, girl,
let's go home.
that's all. Yeah, right. I mean, that's all you
Have a
really...
Corona.
I want to
But
see my
that's a-
children.
But that's all you really can do.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't make or break your life.
No.
Is it nerve-wracking when you get up in front of the judges and you're getting hit with those questions?
It was. It was.
Okay.
And I really just look at it as I'm going to be honest, myself. If you want to cry in front of the judges because you're so nervous, as long as it's not plastic.
Right.
You really just have to be like how I am
Be
with
real.
you guys.
Be
You know,
real.
hey, this is
Yeah.
it.
Just be yourself.
This is who I am. I'm here to make a statement, and here's my purpose. And either they like it or they don't.
Right. And that's the way you have to be. Either you like it or you don't, you know. And not everybody sees the same thing. But I think people do see when something's not real. I think people can read right through that. I think phony is easily detectable. I think it just comes through no matter how much you try to, you know,
It's true.
to be the phony. I think it
It's
comes
true.
through. So you're right, be yourself, because at the end of the day,
It's easier to be real.
you know, you can go home whether you win or lose and say I was myself. So, you know, that's what you can do.
You know, New Yorkers can see through the BS, you know, I think. So,
Yeah.
you know, for everybody else,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
you know,
Well, you know, you've been to California. I mean, you want to talk about fake. I mean, there's a lot of fake people in California.
which is why I
mean,
moved back from Los Angeles. People are just way too fake. They have ulterior motives.
Right,
you know,
right.
9 times out of 10, everybody's an actor, which is fine. I mean, I
Right.
love, I love acting as well.
So
but,
they
you know,
act through life, you know.
Yeah, they act through life,
In New
but,
York,
uh,
what you see is what you get. They tell you how it is.
Yeah,
It's
New York,
true.
yeah, New York is so much more a melting pot too, I think, and that's probably why,
It really is.
right? I think LA is just one group of people, and they all want the same thing, and it's very competitive. And we have friends that live there.
Yes.
They've lived there for a long, long time. They say they hate it, that it's very fake, but they're there and they. Not
They love the
coming back,
weather.
I guess. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But they're still very real. Huh? Lenny, Cozy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Well,
not
I
too
will
low.
tell you, I live in a very small community in Bayville, and the support of the community and the yes, that's awesome, you know, is amazing.
And that's
That's
good.
And
Right.
sometimes you don't expect that, especially you know I'm a mom, I'm older, I'm involved, and
Right.
it really has been an amazing eye opener that the community has really come together and been like, come on, you can do this. You know, I'll be jogging outside and you know we'll wave
That's
to
cool.
each other, and it's
should.
quite
We
interesting.
watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and yeah, last night it was like Chris was going home, and they had all the signs, "Welcome home, Chris," and everybody, you know,
Yeah.
they follow him around. They just love him. It's great.
Well, it's the same thing. The community really rallies around her.
Well,
But I
that's
love
what-
that.
That's great. That means
Yeah,
you're
they
in a
do.
good community.
And more
you know?
importantly, I love when women rally around women.
Well, that's just it. That's
I
just it.
really love that, because you know what? You have to be a sisterhood. You really do, because I think, you know, how do you empower your, you know, your gender if you guys don't all stick together?
It's true.
I mean,
She
you
gets
really,
that.
you really
She
do.
gets that because she sings, Janet, and when she's in the band, she's singing. She does shows. We get more women to come see her than men. I mean, we literally get more
amazing.
women, which bring the men, but the women always come up to her and say, "You did great." and
Because I
they're-
just, I go right up to them, I
Yeah.
hug them, I grab them, I keep them as part of the crew, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just,
you know, usually a lot of times the women they snuff other women. You know,
I've
look what
had
she's
that.
wearing.
when you're
you
in the
know?
attention,
you know.
like if you're in the spotlight.
She's walking
or,
in
you know.
those 92
Well, there's
boots.
always
you
thinking
get that
always going to be
unwanted-
haters. That goes without question. There's always going to be haters in the entertainment
Yeah.
business or any business
Yeah.
you're really in. If you're succeeding and you're getting acknowledgement from your peers, there's always going to be those that want to hate on you, but when you have the support like she does of the community and her friends and family,
Yeah.
all that negativity just washes away. It
Yeah.
just
Well,
you just eliminates it because you don't need to be about that.
and I do think it is because of who you are, though. If you were a different person and you presented yourself in a different way, you may not have all that support. But because
Right.
you're genuine and you're sweet and what you do, I think that's why people rally around you as well. I think if you were a
Well,
different
people
person,
could tell.
you know,
They could tell. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like your community is probably a good community, but you know what? If you weren't the person you are, maybe you wouldn't get that following.
And,
Yeah,
and
it
like I
speaks
was
volumes
saying, this
of who
goes
you are.
back to my life changed when things weren't so great, with my son and all that. And I think you become a better person when you realize how lucky you are to have something so special,
right?
and you change and you mature.
Yeah, exactly.
You mature, you
There's a-
grow up.
That's right. And
You
there's
grow
a lot
up.
to be said about that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna grow up someday.
Yeah.
The little
He'll never
thing
grow
is-
up.
I'm gonna.
Well,
Well,
we're going to take a quick commercial break. Oh, wait. Oh, we have a picture of Angelica we want to show in the engineering room. It's coming up. There it is. And there she is. And we just want to say thank you to
Thank you,
Angelica.
Angelica.
Angelica, can you do us a favor and take us out to the next commercial break? And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhouse TV, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhouse TV. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Hey, and we're back.
And we're back. We're back with Ray and Melissa.
Yes.
And Melissa, you
Angelica.
invite us.
And Angelica.
That's right. Our tech for the evening, our guest tech. That's right. So you've enlightened us a lot about the pageants, which we appreciate. I'm sure give the audience some insight, right? That's what the pageants are about. They're just about the beads and the heels and all that.
I learned something.
Actually, one quick question, because then we're going to talk to Ray about what he does, but is the evening gown process purchasing of one or many, you have to do it through the process of all these pageants? Is that a tough task?
It's really tough, especially when you're petite. It's very
And why is that? It's hard to find a gown.
Very
Yeah,
hard.
I don't have that problem.
First of all, because if you have to have something hemmed, if there's a slit in it, it's going to take away from what it was originally intended to be.
Correct.
You had 8 more inches or 6 more inches, whatever it is. I know, because we're pretty much
Yeah.
the same size.
Yeah.
So I know that's tough when I buy something that has some beadwork on the
I left
bottom.
that alone. The 8 more inches.
Yeah.
Well, to elaborate on that, as far as the evening gown goes as well,
Yeah.
we are looking for sponsors because the evening gowns can be expensive. So whether it be a
I was-
monetary,
you know what, I
whether
was
it be
just gonna
monetary
ask you.
or in the form of a gown from a designer and so forth, which is why we're actually going to Fashion Week tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow we're actually going to see Michael Costello, famous designer from Project Runway. So we're here actually to partner up with brands and to help bring her dream of being Miss United States to fruition.
So what's some big evening gown names?
I mean, there's tons of companies out there. That,
McDougal. I wore a McDougal dress. If you go to Cachet, you can get in there. But there is a website, resale website, where you can go onto the website and buy a pageant gown for much less than what you would buy in stores.
So, because typically a lot of women in pageants, would they turn around and sell these gowns?
Yeah,
Use them
yes.
Again? They obviously can't wear them again in another pageant.
Yes.
So, well, that's a great.
Yeah, it's a great business to get into. I mean, the women that have gotten into it are making thousands of dollars.
Really?
And they're pretty reasonable, and you can return them. So once you get it, if it doesn't fit you right, even for proms, a lot of the mothers are buying them off those websites.
And is it significantly lower in cost?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's a big
Yeah.
difference because some of these gowns are thousands.
Yes. And you really can't go to your local store and buy a gown like that. It must be changed from the time you buy it, just like a wedding gown. Till the time you go, things change a little bit.
Right.
So, for the most part, you could spend between $500 to $3,000. It's really,
more.
but the real truth is, it's how you carry yourself in it.
Exactly.
You can
that's
wear
like
any
everyday.
gown.
That's like in everyday life too. You can spend a fortune on clothes, or not so much, but it's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you present it. I say that all the time. I don't have to spend a fortune.
It's
on
just
things.
like on the but on the red carpet, just as Joyce Leslie. Still sound as good.
Now,
Cut
for
this
me-
rainbow.
But
Yeah.
many times those sponsors will come in and come and sponsor that celebrity or that athlete, whatever they need, and give them the gown. So it's not a monetary expense coming out of our pocket, but we are looking to secure sponsors, so she can afford the gowns.
So if somebody watching this, because this is live around the world, everybody does the internet, if somebody would like to sponsor Melissa, how do we go about, how does that person contact you?
They
Where
can
is
email us
the
at
contact?
teenageragency@gmail.com. They can contact her on Facebook or contact me through Facebook or LinkedIn. Both of us are on LinkedIn, even through her company at Bell Plaza Sports in Bayside, New York. You can give a call over there and just ask for her.
And that's not just necessarily for gowns. What other kind of sponsorship can
It's
we try to
everything
get
from
Melissa?
tanning packages, from jewelry, accessories, gowns.
Corona.
And I just want to make
Corona.
one thing is my
Beverage
agreement.
distributor.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
And monetary
I
donations.
think I got
Because
a sponsor for you for Corona.
I mean, I will say that my agreement, though, is I donate 25% of all my sponsor money to the Kidney Foundation.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever
Oh, that's
sponsor money
great.
I take in goes 25% goes to the
Well,
Kidney
that's
Foundation.
beautiful,
Awesome.
and that's a
Yeah.
really great
Awesome.
thing.
Yeah, that's
a really
my
great thing.
You know, I want somebody to feel good about what they're doing. So when I do hold the fundraiser April 11th in Bayville, what they do is luckily I'm involved with Steiner Sports, and I get some great raffle prizes.
Right,
So
exactly,
luckily I
yeah.
raise a lot of money at that particular event, and the Kidney Foundation makes out for the kidney walk, and I'm able to use some of it, and it's a win-win for all of us.
And that's great. We want to try to get there in April. If you can, once again, give us the date and location.
It's
and-
April 11th.
Okay.
At
That's a
Mill
Saturday?
Creek, yeah, Saturday night, Mill
Okay.
Creek Tavern from 8 p.m. till midnight. There'll be a band and food and drinks, and it's a big party.
Do you know what band is going to be there yet? Is
It's a
it-
local band that we use in Bayville.
Okay.
I don't
Do-
even
do
know
we-
the
That's
name.
however,
okay.
we may have to have Janet perform.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I just realized.
I think we should have Janet
Why
perform. What do
didn't
you
I
think?
that?
There you
She'll
go.
get up and do a song.
I would love that.
Listen,
What
if
is
you
that?
can
Is there
empower more
price?
women
Is
out
there
there
price? Do you know?
for her cause,
It's a
why not?
$20 donation at the door.
Okay.
And then there's drink specials and food, and
that's so
it's a
great.
wonderful place.
Well,
They
we're
have-
gonna
Okay.
put it on our calendar to be there,
Sure.
definitely. And it's springtime, so we're definitely
Yeah.
gonna,
April
no more
11th, you
house
said?
housebound by April. We'll be
Yeah,
out,
we
out again.
driving here. We heard Yankees going into training. We both look at each other. and Goes.
I said,
That means it's gonna be
Yankee
spring.
tickets, yeah,
Another month or so.
Yeah.
And yes, we should definitely thank the Yankees and Steiner Sports for
Yeah.
really working with
Yeah.
working with Melissa. My apologies, with her foundation, the National Kidney Foundation, where she's the spokesperson for, and we really have to thank them. Some other sponsors that you may have
Yeah,
as well. that have
now's
come
the
in recently.
time. So
Well,
anybody wanna
my
give a
biggest
shout
sponsor, and he's close to home because he's my brother, is Dr. Kevin Berkowitz. He's in Miami. Thousands of dollars as my sponsor.
Really? Oh, that's
he's an
great.
amazing person. He does the PRP replacement stem cell research.
Really?
Wow.
And
Oh, that's big now,
He
too,
goes
yeah.
all over the country to lecture. He's a podiatrist, and then he started the PRP. He's on the board at Miami Children's, and he's just an extraordinary. And not because he's my brother, but anyone that knows him, he's an
Sure.
extraordinary person.
That's
Awesome.
really great.
I mean,
Awesome.
That's
He's
great.
my Irish twin. We're only 11 months apart.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Really?
Yeah, he's my younger
great.
brother, my baby
Okay.
brother. And
They'll
he
always be the baby, right?
always.
You can't
Oh,
say my little
forget it.
brother because he's probably
definitely the
bigger
baby.
than you.
Yeah. yeah.
But I will say this, when all this came about, and I was really tossing and turning over it, should I do this? Should I not do this? Do I really want to get involved? He's like, I would embrace it and kick butt and run with it, because there's so much that could happen for you.
Exactly.
And he was brains behind me doing this, and between him and my husband,
That's
the
great.
support is.
That's really
Awesome.
great.
And then there's Ray.
Yeah, and now Ray.
And then there's Ray.
And then there's
you
Ray.
guys
And
go
Ray-
back a long time.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys
We
met.
actually
Yeah.
met at West Hills Day Camp. We
Yeah,
were
they
camp-
wish I had some of
camp
those
counselor
pictures.
together
So-
years ago. I should have brought you that picture of her with a tennis racket from back in the day.
Oh, that's right. No, but I get prior approval, and she may not have approved that.
That's
I don't know.
okay. But yes, we met at West Hills Day Camp as camp counselors, and then I don't know, some many years later, she actually this past year or so, best
I
year ago,
found
she found me
him.
on Facebook.
I did. I saw him on Facebook. I'm like, I know him, and he knows me. And did you remember? No, you didn't remember me at first.
At first, I
Yeah.
didn't remember
He
her.
was
It's
just
been
saying
quite
that.
some
He totally
time.
Good one, Ray.
I was like,
No, who are
Pam?
you?
Yeah.
No, how could you forget her? You definitely knew who she
You
was.
know,
You were just
time has
playing
fly
coy.
by, and we've kind of grown up a little bit, and her looks changed a bit for the better, I think. No, she was beautiful back then, too, as well. But, no, it's just, as life goes on, and you just move on, and you kind of forget about, what happened in the past, and it gets lost in the back of your mind because so many things are going on in your life right now. But it was such a blessing in disguise to actually reconnect with her And, I sent her in for casting for some fitness shows. And then
Yeah.
this had come up, and we just thought this would be a better fit for her to really showcase not only what she's done in the community, but again, I thought it would just open up more doors for her, and she agreed. And, look where she's come now, and now she's competing. And, I truly believe that she's going to be the winner of the whole thing for the crown and title in Las Vegas this July 2015.
That's great. Now, is that telecast? Like, can we actually see that? And where is that?
The information hasn't been provided yet, I don't believe, on all the details as far as the timing and everything goes, but I think it's going to be released shortly, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube.
So you'll keep us posted, and,
Okay.
and we'll
And
be
we'll
able
let
to-
our
And
viewers
we'll have her
know.
back
Let our
again,
viewers
hopefully,
know.
before the
Yep.
time comes.
Absolutely. You're more than welcome. Absolutely.
But again, if any sponsors out there looking to sponsor Mrs. New York 2015, United States, please don't hesitate to contact us.
You know, it's funny when you said, I found him on Facebook. Me and Janet known each other since we were like 16 years old. And, we grew up. And, she went her way, I went my way. And we had our lives. And then one day I came home again on Facebook. And there was a message from her. And she says, hi, Vinny. She says, it's me, Janet. Do you remember me? And I texted back. I said, I never forgot you.
Yeah, we never forgot each other.
and we're
All through
married.
all the years, we never
That's
forgot
great.
each other. So
That's great.
Actually, Facebook, take it for what it is. Some people have bad things to say, whatever, but it has really
Great.
full circled and brought me back to not only
It's
Vinny,
only bad if you use it for bad
but,
things.
That's right.
but
That's
to
right.
so many people, and I feel like I'm at this point in my life where my kids are grown, and it was a great time to go on Facebook and reconnect with so many people.
It is.
And then in the point where, like, musicians, it opens things up, and you meet so many more people, even in that venue, where people collaborate and just
Right.
introducing people. And I just think it's a great thing. If you use
It's
it
great for
correctly,
networking as well.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
Networking's great.
It's fantastic. It's
Definitely,
fantastic.
it's a great thing.
I was against it for many years myself until 2012 I got on, but I was against it. However, with business and social media, there's a whole
Oh,
big
social media, it's
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
Without it, you really can't thrive in this world
We'll
right
be
now,
laying on the
unfortunately.
couch. She'll be on one couch, I'll be on another couch. And she'll go, oh, look at this. And I'll look at it, something on the news feed, and I'll say, oh, look at this. It's,
And I like
it's hysterical.
Vicky always
And we're
posts
watching
these great
something.
animal things. I always love her stuff.
That's
Great
great.
stuff. But no, it's definitely good. But I wanted to focus on you. I mean, we're definitely going to have you back. But Melissa had so much to,
Well, she's
Who
a
was,
talent. The
you know-
focus should have been on her anyway.
no,
That's
but
quite all right.
what you do now. You're president and CEO of the Nader
Of the Nader Agency. I'm
which-
the East Coast director also of AIA Sports and Entertainment Group. The Nader Agency basically is a boutique talent management company in marketing. We try to connect brands with our celebrity talents. And, we just try to basically connect the dots. There's a lot of things going on in the entertainment industry, whether it be fashion, food, fitness, and a lot of it comes full circle. Everything's involved when it comes to fashion, food, and fitness these days. So, our objective really is to partner up with brands out there, get their name out there, but, also to get the name of our celebrities out there as they're on their rise and so forth, And it's been a blessing in disguise. I rebranded my company from Radiotainment, which was more of an event planning and celebrity booking company, to now being a talent agency and actually managing talent, procuring talent, and bringing on brands, and, partnering with Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week and Ultra Fashion Week and many other events, Automotive Sports and Film Arts Film Festival out in Los Angeles and Monterey, and we're expanding to different states. So, there's a whole gamut to what we do, and it really has been a great ride, to be honest, for the past couple of years.
Now, let me
sure
ask you,
it's
do
fun,
you do sports figures and athletes, stuff like that?
Well, through the Nader Agency, I do represent retired NFL. I am not licensed by the NFL as an attorney to represent NFL players. However, through AIA Sports and Entertainment Group, where I'm the East Coast director, we represent 31 starting NFL players, and we act as their marketing agents. So if there's anybody out there looking to partner up with some starting NFL players,
Yeah, I'm looking to partner up with Ray Lewis.
that's a name I don't want to hear being a
That's-
49er
yeah,
fan. I'm sorry
I
for all my
know.
New York
And
fans,
that's no
but I am
secret.
a
Everybody
49er
knows.
fan.
Everybody knows my adoration for Ray Lewis. But no, I just love him and the Ravens, the team from which he came. But
Well, I'm sure we
well,
can get you an
that's-
autograph at least, at the very least.
I would love it. At lunch and an autograph. I get the autograph at lunch.
You may be asking too much. I believe he's married, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, he
Yeah, no,
won't
no,
be
I don't
safe.
mean it
He
that
won't
way.
be
Just
safe.
so we can talk sports.
Yeah,
that's
look
all.
out for his
Okay.
safety.
Yeah, no, no.
Just an autograph.
Hey,
You
as
won't
long
be
as
safe
hey,
with
Vinny
that.
allows it, hey, who am I to argue?
Yeah. Now, just to talk to him and shoot the shit about some football is a good thing. But that's great. So you meet a lot of people.
So yes, this past week has been Fashion Week, so it's been a arduous long days for the past week or so, really trying to not only network while I'm there, but again to bring some brands and not only fashion and technology and many other brands that are out there and companies to partner up with such talents as Mrs. New York, to get her name out there, to get her charity out there. And the same thing with the rest of my talents, whether it be Mia Sciarella from, who's just recently on the Taste with Anthony Bourdain, or Chef Terry French, who's the Extreme Chef winner in 2012, and he's going to be on Guy Harvey soon, or whether it be Leonard Marshall from the New York Giants, two-time Super Bowl champion. We're always out there on a daily basis trying to, bring other brands to fruition. And a lot of these brands that are up and coming, that are trying to get their name out there as well, it's a great partnership. It's a win-win situation for both parties involved. And I love what I do. It's not tedious. I'm not sitting in the office any longer because I used to be in finance. And I just couldn't sit in a cubicle any longer. I'm getting to the age of my life where I don't want a tedious job. And, I've always loved the entertainment business. And I said to myself, anything you put your mind to, you can do. So I'm kind of proud of where I've come. And,
that's true.
and to have the faith of my talents, to have faith in me, really says a lot about them and about what I'm doing for them as well. So, I'm pretty proud of where I've come from. And,
that's a great thing.
From
And
really not having a background in the industry to becoming semi-successful right now and growing a name for myself.
It shows what drive can do, and determination, and the want and the love for something. I mean, really, you're right. Anything's obtainable, really.
And it's also faith. For me, it's a big part of it's faith. I'm a faithful person. I go to church every Sunday, and for me, that had a lot to do with it. I found my faith, several years ago, and it's really helped me focus and give me direction and where I need to go and where I'm going.
Well, that's good.
And he's really put a lot of the right people in my path, should I say. Without my talents or without my faith, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I get more enjoyment out of the success from my talents because without their success, I don't succeed.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
they
partnership.
It's a
Well,
partnership.
God bless you.
Definitely.
So,
Wow. And now you act. I had some pictures. I don't think they didn't come through here to the studio. They probably failed when I get on my phone when I leave here. I'm probably going to see that if the message failed, sending them to the studio. But I did have pictures of you. And one looked like you were
That's the
Roman.
picture of the bikini.
I was at that show.
Yes, that was
the
it.
Christmas show.
Actually, her and her daughter came to see me perform. Actually, my church, the Upper Room Church in Dix Hills, we put on plays 3 or 4 times a year.
Is that on Deer Park Avenue?
It's on Deer Park
so
Avenue.
beautiful.
Big church?
It's a big church.
Right by where the
Nice.
231 is?
That's correct.
Right.
And we
seen
put on
a-
Broadway caliber plays,
I
from
seen
the
a
music to
Christmas
the
show
art
here.
design. Yes.
They had
amazing.
real like animals.
was
I was there. It was
Donkeys
amazing.
and everything on
We
the
have
I
live
took
stage.
my
animals
mother-in-law.
and-
She loved it.
It's a Broadway caliber,
Yeah.
Broadway caliber play. We sell like 2,000 to 3,000 tickets. A lot of the actors are all church members. A lot of them do act, whether it be on Broadway or they're set designers on Broadway or TV and film industry. So a lot of the people, even though are dancers, we have a drama club, we have a dance club, and everybody partakes. And it's for the greater good. We're trying to.
That's awesome.
Now, do you act?
And I act in plays, so basically I've been acting in my plays to hone my skills again. I do enjoy acting. I'm trying to get back into it.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. I
However, I'm
wanted to,
consumed
know-
with, my talents. But, when it comes to the church, I don't mind acting. I'm actually going to be in a movie. It's in post-production. It's called Hard Sell.
Hard sell.
Hard Sell. It's filmed
Okay.
out here in Long Island.
Okay.
Director Sean Alaboff, who's actually from Oyster Bay, who resides in Los Angeles now. He's the director. He did a Kickstarter campaign and raised all the funds to film the movie.
Oh, great, because that's such a big part of it. To
It's
get the funding, you can
huge.
have great talent,
And
but without that funding, you kind
can't
of
do
stuck
anything.
there. Yeah, so I like to hear when people actually, when the funding goes through for them. And is it a drama, a comedy?
I would say it's more of a love comedy, starring Katrina Bowden, Kristen Chenoweth, Scala Gazzondo.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
we have a lot of famous names in there. From Scala Gazzondo was in Three Stooges. Katrina Bowden's from 30 Rock.
Chenoweth is from beautiful voice.
Beautiful
right?
voice.
Same-
She's performed on Broadway,
Right, I
and
saw
she's
her in
done
Wicked, actually.
numerous movies.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, she's a
extremely
tiny
talented.
little ball of fire with a huge voice there.
That's correct. So it was fun to get back into it. I mean, it's been since I was a child since I acted. So I enjoy it.
Janet and I just finished shooting a movie too. We just finished a couple weeks ago.
Is that X-rated?
Out in Jersey.
I hope it's not X-rated.
Yeah, that's how it sounded,
No,
right? We
I
filmed
hope
a
not.
movie.
That's how it sounded. I
We
hope
filmed
not.
a movie. You got it?
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I heard that you guys did a movie
It's
recently.
titled Steps, and it's an Eddie Harris
production.
production,
Oh,
and it's
really?
got some wonderful actors in it, and it's legit. It's the real deal.
Well, keep
and
me in mind next time you need an actor.
It's a great,
Yeah.
great
Keep me in
movie.
mind, yeah.
Actually, we start filming another one Sunday.
Oh,
It's awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you give a shout out to your movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
give a shout out. Coming soon, Steps from
Steps.
Eddie Harris
Oh, I can't
Productions.
wait to see
Absolutely,
it. I
yeah.
love
Fantastic.
him.
Yeah,
and
we'll
our
keep you
fourth quarter
posted.
from Jamal Hill.
Yeah, definitely. But it's fun. It's before you said that there was something I wanted to say. Now
I
can't
love it.
remember
I
what it
love
was.
being on the set. I love the whole thing about it.
There's a lot involved. You don't realize it till you're on set.
It's
How
time
much
consuming.
is-
It's a long day when you're filming on set. For
Yeah,
most
and
people
you know
who've
what?
never filmed before.
You know, it's
Yeah.
funny because when you look at movies now, you see them. The guy, like the other day,
Oh, I
we
know
were
what I was
watching a
gonna
movie,
say.
and the guy comes out of the bathroom, and I said, "Look, he wasn't doing nothing in the bathroom. He wasn't washing his hands really. He was just standing there." And then he says, "All right, quiet on the set, action," and then he turns around and walks out of the bathroom. It's like you know what's going on now. It's like
It's funny. We've been in the last couple of days because of bad weather. My son was over, and we've been renting movies. So we went to the indie section on demand, and we rented a movie that Ethan Hawke was in, and Patricia Arquette, I think it was one of the Arquettes, and it was called Boyhood, and it was actually really interesting. It was filmed over a 12-year period.
Amazing.
And it's a
Same
story about
actor.
a mother,
Oh, it's amazing.
apart from the father, the husband and wife are split, and these two young children that she's raising as a single mom. And it actually starts with these two kids. The little boy must have been
5, 6.
5 or 6,
Amazing.
and that
All
movie
the way
was
up till he was
legitimately
18 years
filmed
old.
over a 12-year period.
That's
and you
amazing.
watch
Same actors.
these children,
It was
you watch
funny.
Ethan
That's
Hawke,
amazing.
and you knew it was legit because Ethan Hawke was in the scenes with
That's
the
so
kids when they were
clever.
little,
Young, yeah.
and in the scenes when the son graduated high school. And I thought, what
The
a-
funny thing of the whole thing is,
what a
the
concept.
kid was a little cute kid. He grew up looking like Ethan Hawke, and Ethan Hawke played his father.
You know, how would you
and
know?
And he actually really
Yeah.
grew up looking like him.
Wow, that's
Yeah, maybe,
amazing.
maybe his father had resembled him or something,
I
but the
don't
kid,
know.
it was, but I found that amazing to know, to have the insight 12 years ahead of the game. Like you think you're invested in a project like this. What happens, I don't mean to think negative, but if something happened along the way that one of those main characters,
Even if they just move away.
something happened to them or they got hurt or they weren't around or they no longer wanted to act, now your progression of this 12-year film, now what if something happens halfway through? But anyway, the film goes through, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
12 years.
the film was a little
fantastic.
lackluster as far as I'm concerned. It was kind of anticlimactic at the end. And it was a 2.5-hour film. Didn't really offer
Then go
much.
watch 50 Shades of Grey, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just thought that was an interesting concept, for that indie film. But anyway,
Well,
I think
I know we're winding down, but I want to congratulate you as for being a cancer survivor, a breast cancer
Oh,
survivor.
thank
Amazing.
you.
One of my
Thank
causes
you.
is actually Breast Cancer Research Foundation, the BCRF. So, if anybody's out there, please help donate to breast cancer. It affects so many women here in New York,
many.
especially Long Island, New
Long
York.
Island.
And younger,
Bad.
and more younger.
And they're getting younger and
more
younger every
more.
year.
Yeah,
So, my
absolutely.
grandmother had passed from breast cancer.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I want to congratulate you for being a survivor.
Thank
and,
you.
You're definitely someone to look up to for those who've lost anybody, who are suffering from breast
a good
cancer right
advocate,
now,
too.
and someone who's fighting for their lives right now.
yeah,
So,
and-
please donate all you can.
And important to that as well is mammograms. And women, I'm going to tell you right now, and my girlfriends know, I call friends up and I say, you're due, did you go to your appointment? Early detection saves lives, and I am here to tell you that. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Early detection saves lives. I put it off for 3 years and didn't go, and when I finally went, because a coworker of mine was diagnosed, I called that night when I went home, went for my test, and found out, but early detection saved my life. So for those of you who say you hate mammograms because they're cold and they squish your boobs and all that stuff, really in the whole big scheme of where you can be without that diagnosis, it is nothing to get a mammogram.
Yeah,
And
she,
it's
she,
easier than a colon.
yeah,
Going
Jan-
through-
yeah, that colon thing's a pain. in the
I
ass.
just did that.
Exactly.
Definitely
but
a pain in the ass.
But I thank you for that.
Yeah,
as
Janet
well.
will call for friends and
Absolutely.
stuff. She's like the mammogram ranger.
Yeah.
She will call you and say, you do.
Exactly.
But guess what? Time's
My time is up. And I want to
Time's
thank
out.
our guests.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I
both.
want to ask
Thank
you to come
as
back.
well.
I would like you to
I
come
can't
back.
wait. I can't wait.
I know you're going to get crowned.
And thank
No.
Angelica in the control room.
And next week,
That's right. And next week, we have Ronnie, but I'm not sure of his last name. I forgot right at this moment because you threw me. But this guy is a stuntman. He's like the #1 stuntman
Wow.
in the country. He does all kinds of films. He's been on the Discovery Channel. And I feel
Yeah.
so bad that I don't know his
yeah,
name right
Nitro.
now.
He does the Nitro Circus. And
Yeah, he's
everything.
amazing. So
Yeah.
we're going to do some stunts in the studio next week. He's bringing his motorcycle here, and we're going to do some stunts live. So you guys
Fantastic.
make sure you tune in next week, again, to the Soluri No Guts, No Glory Hour.
Hour.
And once again, we want to thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Ray,
It's our
and
pleasure.
we
It's our
definitely
pleasure.
want to
Thank
have
you
you
so
back.
much for having
And
us.
thanks to Vicki and Tom and Angelica. Love you guys. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
That was great. Thank you so
You
much.
guys
Oh,
are
that was
awesome.